About ready for puck drop in the next game here at the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. This will be in the men's Division 3, skating from left to right in the red sweaters, Peru versus Brazil, skating from right to left on your screen. Peru in their defensive zone, trying to play that off the wall. Brazil still there. Sando got a piece of it. That goes high off the glass, stays in play. An opportunity for Peru. Tripped up here, no whistle, they play on. Emberton. Now Peru. Emberton back for Brazil. Doesn't have the numbers, skates, trying to get to the corner, but goes below the goal line. Trying for a centering pass, nullified. Sando. Blind back pass, trying to get that centering pass, can't find it. New skater on the left side, can't get it off the wall. Trying to find Barta, but Brazil maintains the zone for a little bit here. Peru now controls it. Skating into the neutral zone. Heavy shot, sharp angle, save made by Brazil. And we get a whistle. First game for both federations in the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Brazil has fielded teams before, but this is the first time I've been at the tournament in the last 4 years, including this one, where I've had a Team Peru. And they have an opportunity here. Can't get a hold of it as that shot sings wide. Peru still fighting. Centering pass. Shot pushed aside by Brazil. Brazil now in the neutral zone, being pestered on the back check. Brazil. Shot in, off the pillows. Still in play. Peru playing behind their goal. Cut now through into the neutral zone. Fake the shot, then send that in hard, but saved. Heavy shots coming in by Peru, but they've been unable to get past Brazil until then. Bottle popping shot, goal. Mike Wanicki gets the first goal for Peru. They have an early 1-0 lead over Brazil. And I think they asked for that puck, which I love. This is definitely a friendly tournament, but you can tell how much it means. They want that history-making puck. First goal for Peru in the tournament. Brazil off the face-off. Kazuo for Brazil sends that wide. Sharp angle shot disrupted, saved and kept in the zone by Brazil. They're down 1-0 to Peru here. Men's Division 3 of the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Open ice here. Can Peru get to the puck? Not before Brazil. Still on it. Ooh, trying for a centering pass. Good idea. Whiffed on the shot, though. Quinto. Oh, trying for a pass, but teammate was coming off the ice. Sando. Peru on the backhand. Big time save by Brazil. Woo! A yawning net and a glove save. Snatched it right out of the air. Puck is down and all the way out. Will be an icing. Apologies at home. For some reason, they called that goal off. Didn't see exactly what happened there, so it remains 1-0 Peru. Can't imagine how that would have been called back. Heavy shot.
Holy smokes, that lasted for 5 seconds. I can't believe.
10-14 left here in the first frame. Just the one goal for Peru. Another whistle. Not enough players on the ice. And we reset here. 1-0 your score. Peru over Brazil. Another shot goes in. Glove saved once again by Brazil. Offensive zone draw here for Peru. Same side on that right side. Big block there for Brazil. The puck's coming all the way down. They'll have to play it. Opportunity here for Peru with some numbers. Centering pass. Oh, whiffed on the shot attempt. They still control the puck in their offensive zone. Drawing it below the goal line. What a blind shot. Wide goes the shot, though. Blind pass, excuse me. Wow. Backhanded blind pass and a beauty. High shot, brought down, not gloved completely. Brazil. Brazil enters the zone. Peru gets it right back. Have some open ice and numbers if they hurry. Peru, 3-on-1. Peru, and a save. Woo! Tried for the hesitation, but a great save by the Brazilian netminder, Jason Girasol. Big time save. Right hand draw in the offensive zone for Peru. Trying for that one-timer in the slot. Puck goes all the way to the left. Peru drops it down, trying to get low into the zone, deep into the zone. Brazil, though, tangles them up along the boards. Now comes to the right side. That shot into the pillows. Saved. 8:50 left here in the first frame. Dancing with the puck, Peru. Brazil, though, comes up with it. Trying to set up in the defensive zone, but they give the puck away. Poked away by Brazil. They have numbers if they hurry. Oh, tried for the backhand forehand. Couldn't get it. Brazil, though, cycling in the zone. That shot into the pads. And now this comes out cleared. And will it be an icing, which means Brazil gets to come back to their offensive zone. No change for Peru. 8:09 left in the first period. 1-0 is your score. Peru over Brazil. Men's Division 3 in the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Erica El Ayala on the mic for you. The rest of the way here for the stadium rink. 2 more games after this before we close out day 1. Shot wide by Brazil. They keep the zone on that left side circle. Excuse me, right side. High part of your screen. Trying for a centering pass. That's cleared by Peru. Might come all the way down, which would, oh no, they say no icing. Peru aggressive on the forecheck here, giving Brazil some fits. But they come up with it, Brazil that is, trying to get through the neutral zone. Brazil taking off the puck. Hepburn trying to get things going for Brazil, but they enter offside. This will be pulled into the neutral zone for a face-off. 7:15 left here in the first frame. Everything still bright and new here for the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Most of these teams playing now for the rest of the way. All of these teams playing their first game, looking to get on the board with a win. Peru in the driver's seat. Sharp angle shot hits the outside of the net. Trying to go for that high corner. Peru wants a call. They don't get it. They have to get out of the zone, can't touch up, and they do, so that will be pulled out to the neutral zone for a face-off. 6:55 left in the first period. 1 goal game right now, Peru over Brazil. Face-off, draw, won by Brazil. Pass is a little too hot, goes into the boards. Brazil gets to the neutral zone with some speed. Brazil, Emberton, shot! That one sings off the equipment. Peru trying to go the other way. Met in the neutral zone by Brazil. 6:30 left here in the first frame. 1-0 your score, Peru over Brazil. Brazil trying to get on the board here. They had numbers, but the pass is in close quarters. Go into the skates. Peru has it. Peru with some open ice. Nice cross ice pass. A little bit too bouncy though. In the neutral zone, playing off the boards. 6 minutes left in the first frame. Peru, another chance, and a goal! A back check led to a broken play by Peru, but they somehow stayed strong on the puck, and they get their second goal, 2-0 lead. Peru with 5:50 left. Puck low into the offensive zone for Brazil. Peru gets to it first. Puck is loose though. Backhanded shot knuckles the puck into the boards. Peru. Centering pass. Cuts to the left. Trying for another centering pass. Broken up by Brazil. Barta overskates that one. Barta gets back to it. Met though by Peru along the boards. Peru enters their offensive zone. Peru, wraparound attempt. What a save. Almost had it. Good try by Peru. Would have put them up 3 goals. What a heavy shot. Blocker to up. And drops just before the netting. Peru winds up again and high. Brazil, netminder without their paddle. Now they get it back. 4:25 left in the first frame. Brazil trying to get something going. Barta, that shot goes wide. Another shot on the backhand, also wide. Hepburn for Peru. Hepburn taking off the puck. 4:03 left in the first period. 2-0 Peru. Brazil enters the zone. Only one skater, 1-on-4. Shot goes in, having to make a save, and will cover up. Still no whistle. There it goes. .347 left in the first frame. This is the men's Division 3 of the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Stick taps, of course, to the Florida Panthers, the NHL Players Association, and the NHL for sponsoring this event once again. My 4th year here, but the tournament has gone on strong, including having installments in Dallas. At times, more and more teams, the divisions keep growing. The opportunities for federations that maybe don't have ice at their home rinks in their countries are able to come to South Florida and play the game we all know and love. 3:22 left on the clock in the first period. Brazil, 2-goal deficit here, trying to get something going as they cut through the neutral zone. They have numbers if they hurry, but they come on offside. .311 left here in the first frame. Peru, headman pass. Peru, goal! Great goal, great move right there in the crease. Peru up 3-0 on Brazil. There's a little bit of a discussion after that. Not sure exactly what's happening. Now the puck is dropped. .250 left here in the first frame. Brazil now trying to get something going. Good back check by Peru. And now it's a foot race. And Peru wins it. But they can't control the puck. Great skating there. Brazil with 2:30 left here, trying to get something going. Aggressive forechecking here by Peru. They're all over the ice. Emberton brings it in for Brazil. Trying for a centering pass. Puck bounces in front of the net. Was a high bounce, though. No one wants to play it with a high stick. Paddled away by the Peruvian netminder. Peru now on the attack with 1:55 to go in the first. Heavy shot high and wide into the glass. Peru can't keep the zone. That should be an offside. There we go. That will be pulled out to the neutral zone. 1:45 left here. 3-0 your score. Peru in the driver's seat. Puck drop. Brazil should control this. 1:40 left in the first frame. Brazil having a little bit of difficulty getting time in their offensive zone. Hepburn for Peru. Shuffles it off. Wraparound attempt, trying for a centering pass. Can't find the open skater. Puck stays in the zone. Hepburn on again. One minute left in the first frame. Peru with another chance. They overshoot that one, overskate that one. Brazil, 48 seconds to get something going on the attack. They've had trouble finding the offensive zone. Collision, we play on. 38 seconds. Brazil finds it behind their net. 32 seconds. Off the boards, a pass. Nullified by Peru, 24 seconds. They work in the neutral zone, looking for the open seam. Richter! Oh, just skies it. Might have gotten a little bit on the shoulder there by the Brazilian goaltender. 8 seconds left here, just enough for Peru to touch up. Won't get a shot, and that'll do. We'll step aside until the second frame. We're back here for the second period. Peru up 3-0 on Brazil in the men's Division 3 tournament, or the men's Division 3 bracket of the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup tournament. Brazil overskates that, but they recollect in the neutral zone. On the back heel, they've got some work to do here in the second frame. Peru up 3-0. Working in their defensive zone, can't get out of the zone. Brazil retools. Brazil on the doorstep. Wrapped around by Peru, trying still to clear the zone. Another opportunity for Brazil. What a save by Peru! Another chance now for Brazil. High slot. Shot. Goal! Brazil gets on the board early in the second frame to make it 3-1. Still a 2-goal deficit, but plenty of time to make something work. Off the draw, Peru. Skating now from right to left on your screen in the red sweaters. Peru looking for a centering pass. Draw it below the goal line. Wrap around, coming to the left for Marino. Barta blocks that. Peru takes it to Quinto on the other side. Below the goal line again. Peru keeps the zone. Setting up below the goal line. Trying to change the position of attack. Might have missed a hook there. We play on. The crowd in favor of Peru here. 13:25 left in the second frame. 3-1 is your score. Peru over Brazil. Men's Division 3. Nice move there, trying the toe drag. Nullified by Peru. Brazil collects in their defensive zone. Trying to play it along the boards in the neutral zone, but it pops out to Peru, who shuffles it down. Dumps it down, trying to now chase. A chip in charge, maybe, if you will. And they can't touch up there. This one's going to go all the way down. Should be an icing, and is. Peru will get an offensive draw coming up. Brazil can't change because of the icing. (12:39). Offensive draw for Peru. Left circle, lower part of your screen. Hepburn, gloved, maybe got through somehow, but not across the goal line. Brazil skates through the neutral zone. Brazil wide on the left side. Taken away by Peru. Peru now through the neutral zone on the right-hand side. Streaking with speed. Peru, goal! A great individual effort. And Peru extends the lead to 3 goals once again. 12:10 left in the second frame. It's all Peru here, and they are on the attack once again. Same side they were effective with before, but a back check from Brazil keeps them off the board, at least for now. Brazil held up in the neutral zone. They retreat to their defensive end. Brazil dumps that in. Conti trying to get to it. And does for Brazil. Keeps it alive in the offensive zone. Hits the skates. Lost. Hepburn available for Peru. They carry it in. Right side again. Peru. Centering pass. Wow! First save made. Second goal. Are they going to wave this off? They do wave it off. I'm not sure what the call was. They say no goal. Look good to me. Not sure what the call was there exactly. No indication that it was a high stick or a hand pass of sorts. maybe a whistle blew that we just didn't hear up here. It is loud. Another chance on the doorstep for Peru, but a whistle as Brazil covers up. 11:17 left in the second period here. 4-0 is your score. Peru over Brazil in the men's Division 3 bracket of the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Face-off in the offensive zone for Peru. Puck pops out to the far side. And now into the neutral zone. Peru has to touch up. And they do. They dump it down. Brazil gets there first behind their net. Squirts out, but only as far as the blue line. Shot in, deflected by Brazil, and a big save there with 10:50 left in the second period. 4-1 is your score in favor of Peru. Brazil, ooh, nice back check by Peru. If they hurry, they have numbers. Peru on the attack. Peru, shot, goal! Bottle popping goal for Peru. Minutes left in the second frame. 5-1 is the score in favor of Peru. Brazil with some work to do. Peru finds it at the blue line. Peru on the attack. Misses though on the pass. Can't connect. They recollect though in the defensive zone. Brazil trying to win that foot race. Can't quite get there. Puck low on the goal line for Brazil. They dig it out, trying to get to center ice. Peru gets there first, but they have to touch up, so Brazil takes it. Whiffing, though, on the headman pass. Pops out to Brazil. They opt to push it back to their defensive end and reset. And centering pass to no one in particular, picked up by Peru. 8:40 left in the game. Nice poke check to keep Peru out of the zone for a moment, but they find it again. Keep the zone at the blue line. And again, Peru, a fluttering shot, goes low on the goal line. Peru finds it. Centering pass, can't quite get a hold of it. Brazil now going the other way. Catches the skates of Peru. Tied up. Now an opportunity for Peru. Peru, toe drag shot. Oh, had someone on the doorstep. Probably should have passed that instead of shot the puck. It was a late finds there. Brazil now trying to enter their zone. They keep the zone just barely. Centering pass taken away by Peru. Peru has numbers if they hurry. Centering pass, shot, goal! We have a goalie change for Peru, as their starting netminder Richter has done wonderful for them. We'll get a break here with 7:40 left in the first frame. Peru enters the zone on the left side. Cross ice pass. Oh, tried for the backhand forehand. A little too heavy though. And we have an arm up. This should be a penalty against Brazil. Power play opportunity coming up. Power play incoming for Peru. Up 6-1 here in the men's Division 3 bracket of the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup 2025. Peru can't keep the zone. Aggressive forecheck by Brazil. And they win it back. On the back check, technically. But they're being aggressive here, even though they're on the penalty kill. Can't leave the zone just yet. Brazil now gets a clearance. 1:30 left on the power play for Peru. Holding it on the left side. Get it to the blue line, shift the attack. Walking down. Oh, great cross ice pass. Couldn't contain it though. Had the yawning net there. Had they connected, would have needed to do a one-timer. Couldn't get a handle. They keep the zone though. Errant pass. And now with numbers is Brazil. Brazil with numbers. That shot sings wide. Excellent job defensively. And now a chance for Peru. They stay on side. Peru, that was a great one-timer and even better save by Brazil. That's what they were trying to do on their last trip down the ice. They got something on the one-timer, just not all of it. Block shot, stays in the zone. That shot sings wide on the glove side. Comes all the way out. Foot race won by Peru. 25 seconds left on the power play for Peru. Brazil will be on the advantage in 16 seconds. Open net, but Peru couldn't find the puck behind the goal line. Centering pass, Leon. Peru, shot goes in and a save. 4 seconds left on the power play for Peru. 6-1 is your score, 5:14 left in the second frame. Men's Division 3 bracket of the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup Tournament 2025. Offensive draw won by Peru. And back to even strength we go. Brazil straight out of the box. Couldn't find, though, the cherry-picking skater. Now trying to get through to the neutral zone. Nullified by Quinto and Peru. 4:55 left in the second frame. 6-1 is your score. Peru on the attack. This will be offside, though. Offside before the goal. And to boot, they're giving a penalty. Not sure if that's because the puck was shot after the whistle blew. Power play opportunity. Power play opportunity now for Brazil. With the advantage, a little more open ice. Let's see if they can get something going, including that they'll have an offensive draw. First time in a while for Brazil. And it's a full-on clearance. It won't be an icing because it's penalty kill time for Peru. So Brazil has to recollect. Won't get a whistle here. Trying to play it off the board and cannot. Peru now shorthanded, trying to get something going with 4:25 left in the second period. Tussling in the corner, now it ekes out below the goal line. Brazil, 1:26 left on their power play. Back pass. Enters the zone. Stood up, though, by Peru, making it tough along the boards. Trying to change the point of attack. No one home, though, so Peru able to get it. Hepburn trying to still win that for Peru. Sando trying to get to it for Brazil. 55 seconds left on the power play for Brazil. Yet they're playing from their back end. Haven't been able to have sustained pressure in the offensive zone. That chip doesn't work effectively for Brazil. And once again, with 40 seconds left on the power play, trying to find offensive zone time. Taken off the puck easily by Peru. They can still clear, no icing. 28 seconds left on the power play for Brazil. Barta takes it, rolling puck on its side, settles it down. Plays it along the glass, but nobody from Brazil home. Shot goes in, saved off the shoulder and pushed aside. 10 seconds left on the power play for Brazil, but they're playing from their back end. 5 seconds. And an errant pass. Peru. Shot goes wide. Back to even strength with 2:40 left in the second frame. Brazil now. But they come in offside. .236 left here in the second frame. We'll have another 15 after this. Likely a continuous clock. Peru in the driver's seat, up 6-1 on Brazil. This is the men's Division 3 bracket. Peru with a chance. Wraparound. Blocked before it could get to net. Brazil playing out the back. 2:15 left in the second period. Peru cuts this all the way across the ice. Brazil catches it. 2:05 left in the second period. Puck rolls along the boards. Brazil taken down. We will get a penalty here, but they are still on the attack. Arm is still up. Goaltender goes for an extra skater, but they touch up. Peru, that is. They will be going on the penalty kill with 1:48 left. So if Brazil can hang on, they'll have a power play, the rest of the way until we get to the third period. 1:48 on the game clock, 2 minutes on the penalty. Another opportunity here for Brazil to get a few back. 5-goal deficit right now in the second period. First game for both of these teams in the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup tournament. So both teams looking for their first win in their first game. Right now, Peru controls it. Brazil under pressure. Under pressure. Still can't get through the neutral zone. Peru pestering them. And now we will have a penalty. A tripping call goes against Brazil, nullifying their power play. They will now have to skate 4-on-4 along with Brazil the rest of the way. Tough penalty to take for Brazil in that time. They were already having trouble entering their offensive zone, and now we'll have to see if they can find some magic 4-on-4. More ice for everyone to skate. Peru, shot goes wide. Peru from the left side circle. Goes back into the corner, 1:05 left in this second frame. Peru trying to get to the middle of the ice. Brazil keeps them away. Shot goes wide. Behind the goal line. Cut over to the right circle. Peru looking for the one-time shot. .38 seconds left. Another shot for Peru, pushed aside. 23 seconds. Brazil trying to clear. They have some open ice if they hurry. Emberton for Brazil. That shot just high above the crossbar. 10 seconds. Peru, they should have the last shot of the period. Blocked in front, and that'll do. We will step aside in just 1 second here for the third period. And we get ready for the third period here. 12 seconds left on the penalty to Brazil. Then they will have roughly 28 seconds of their own power play before Peru also goes level at 5-on-5. Peru wins the draw. Peru, centering pass. Broken up by Brazil. Peru keeps the zone. Switch the attack to the right side. Now to the left. Shot goes in. Saved. Continuous clock here, which also includes the penalty. Left side draw for Peru. They win. And out of the sin bin comes Brazil. Back to even strength. 4:15 left in the third frame. This will be a continuous clock. 2 more games left on the night after this one. Peru in the driver's seat. Brazil looking for an answer. Headman pass nullifies the icing, but Peru can't get a hold of it. Brazil, they don't have the numbers, but they maintain possession into their offensive zone, pulling it wide left. One back by Peru, only though through the neutral zone. 13:30 left here in the third frame. 6-1 is your score. This is the men's Division 3 bracket in the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Erica El Ayala here, one of your broadcasters, will be with you all weekend. I've already called some spectacular games, including this one on the ice now. Stick taps again to all of the sponsors of the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup: Warrior, Fort Lauderdale Tourism, of course, the NHLPA, the NHL, and the Florida Panthers. 12:48 left on the clock, on the continuous clock. Bodies hit the ice. Toe pick, if you will. No penalty required. We do get a whistle here, though, as the puck, I believe, popped out of play. Comes back off the Peruvian bench, and we're going to get an offensive draw for team in the red sweaters, a.k.a. Peru, or Peru. 12:18 and counting in this third frame. Peru in the driver's seat, Brazil on the back heel. They've gotten one goal, though, beautiful goal. See what they can get in the next 12 minutes. And they win this puck. Will have to win the foot race. Can't quite do it. Peru comes up with it, entering in their offensive zone. Nice pass there, and a goal! Great pass, great deke in front. Got the goaltender to bite. 7-1 Peru. $11:10 left in the third period here. Lots of work for Brazil to do. They start by exiting their defensive end. Can't quite get the speed they want to go through the neutral zone. And now Peru coming the other way. Open skater on the opposite side. One-timer goes wide. Might have gotten a piece. Brazilian netminder, that is. Now Brazil trying to go the other way. Brazil. They don't have numbers as they go on a change. Brazil, a fluttering pass pushed aside by Peru. Peru now comes the other way with numbers and speed. Trying to pick the corner. Good glove save. Not a clean save, so the puck still in motion. Well, in play at least. No whistle. Now Peru gets the puck in motion, looking for a centering pass. High slot is available. Trying to get that pass there. Ops low. And the centering pass too far ahead. 10:05 left in the period and in the game. Peru with a commanding 6-goal lead here. Brazil trying to find an answer. Peru keeps the zone. Has Quinto. Quinto got his wires crossed. Cross-ice pass. One-timer blocked in front. 9:40 left. Peru with another chance on the doorstep. Covered up by Brazil.
Give them 2 goalies. They need it.
9:25 left here. 7-1 is your score. Peru up on Brazil. This is the men's Division 3 bracket of the 2025 AMERIGOL LATAM Cup here in Coral Springs, Florida. .905 left on the game clock. Time running out for Brazil to get something going. They're still in their defensive zone. Brazil skates through the neutral zone. Brazil still trying to enter. And another great defensive effort by Peru. Brazil, Emberton finds it. Emberton individual effort gets caught by the sticks of Peru. And that puck goes out of play here. Offensive draw coming for Brazil. 8:15 left on the game clock. Face-off, controlled by Peru. Not what Brazil wanted on that. 7:55 left. Waniki. Taken off the puck by Brazil. Finds it back though. Centering pass. Peru, backhand. That shot goes wide into the glass. 7:35 left on the game clock. Puck laid low on the in the neutral zone. Offside by Peru. 7:23 and counting on the game clock. Face-off, controlled by Peru. They enter their offensive zone. That shot into the guts of the Brazilian goaltender. .648 and counting. Offensive zone draw for Peru. They fight and battle for it. Brazil comes up with it. They cut it to the other side of the ice. Nobody home now. They're all overloaded to one side. Peru keeps the zone. Peru. Centering pass goes high in the slot. Shot comes in below the goal line. Trying to reset that offense. Below the goal line again. Looking for the open seam. High slot. Shot goes in. Save made. Second attempt. Goal. Two more games at Stadium Rink after this before we shut it down for the night. Puerto Rico y Cuba, two federations representing my heritage. And then Chile, Pakistan. Those are upcoming after this game once we go final. Those are also men's Division 3, so we'll have a sense of who comes out with a win in their bracket after the next two games. Still early in the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup. Worth noting that goal differential can play a factor if games get close down the wire. Battle along the boards, high part of your screen on the left circle, just below the left circle, I should say, in the offensive zone for Peru. 4:45 left, and now we get a whistle. Just no movement, and so we're going to reset here. Offensive draw for Peru. And they win this draw. Stay in their zone. Shot goes in. That save made clean. Another draw forthcoming. Will also be on that left circle for Peru. They're in command of this game. A defensive draw win here would go a long way to get Brazil going in the right direction. They can't quite come up with it, but they do get a block in front. Peru finds the loose puck, and across the crease, high cheese. What a nasty backhanded shot. That was just disgusting. 3:22 left on the game clock. Well secure by Peru. They will enjoy this goal differential in their first game. Could play a factor later in the tournament. Another shot. Big time save. They want to say that crossed the line. What's the final determination? They're going to call this no goal. Face-off forthcoming. Brazil's going to want to take this as soon as possible. It's a running clock. We're now down to 2:50. They're running out of time to get their next goal, let alone what they'll need to make this a competitive game. I believe the hill might be insurmountable at this point. But Brazil now, Emberton, taking off the puck but keeps the zone. Pulls it to the left, below the goal line. Emberton still on the puck. Wraparound attempt! Big time save. .212 left on the game clock. Continuous clock running here. But this will be an offensive draw. Big win here for Brazil. They have to keep attacking. Trying for a deflection in front. 2 players in the slot. They keep the zone. Brazil showing signs of life here. Looking for their second goal. Heavy shot. Just goes wide. Rings around the rink. Brazil. They still have their goaltender in. Haven't opted to pull for an additional skater. They need more than just the next one. They need the next 7. And 1:35 on a continuous clock. Not favorable. You gotta call that. You might not want to, but that's an obvious tripping call. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. And with all the fisticuffs and extracurriculars, won't be much time left on the clock after all this is said and done. They're going to send 2 players to the box. They're still jawing at each other. Less than a minute to play here, and we haven't gotten back to action. This will be a puck drop, and that'll be all she wrote by the time we get back into action. But you can see the emotions running high. And the clock's still running, folks. I don't think we're going to get another play after this. Unfortunate for Brazil. Was starting to get something going there and then just lost a little bit of composure. It was an easy tripping call. Have to call that, even though the game well within the hand of Peru. 18 seconds now. I think we got to just about wrap this one up. So Peru will take this. Brazil with a tough loss. And that'll do it for this game. Men's Division 3 continues as Puerto Rico takes on Cuba in Men's Division 3 of the AMERIGOL LATAM Cup.